Lovely to see you. I believe today we may actually have had a schedule thing come up. Suzanne messaged me in a little while ago and said that she'd found me, so hopefully it's up. Hopefully. Anyway, if it's not, you'll find me eventually. That's all I can say. Just hang on, I've got a little thingy happening here. I don't know what that is. It's like a little Father Christmas. Now, I actually cut a whole heap of stuff for this card that I'm doing yesterday, and I have no idea where I put it. So we're going to just, it's an easy card. It's a very, very easy card. But I had all these pieces cut to give you all, a choice. Did I put them in here? I don't think I did. No, I don't know what I did with them. And I've searched in the room. I've probably taken them out to the other room and forgotten to bring them back in. Anyway, my name is Lorraine. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the Fraser Coast of Queensland, Australia. And you have me. Good morning. Awesome. Hi, Marlene. Lovely to see you too. Susie, Nicole, great to see you. Yeah, it's a bit awkward when I don't know whether it's actually gone up or not. So, yeah. All right. So, like I said, today is quite an easy card. It's one of my oldies but goodies. I hope I get around to also showing you the box. So I'm just still looking for the pieces that I cut, but I can't find them. And I was sure I just put them on the desk. Never mind. I know what's happened. I bet my cat's got up here and knocked the whole lot down, as is his wont. But yeah, no, can't find them. So anyway, easy today. So let's go straight down to the desk. There we go. Just a quick reminder that we've got the bonus days happening. So any order you place of $90 or more, you'll get a $9 coupon, and it'll come there'll be a code come to you in an email. You save those emails, and then you can use however many you've got. You can use them in February, which is great. You still, of course, get your rewards points for every order that you place. And if you're a demonstrator, of course, you discount as well. So pretty awesome at the moment. So many things happening all at once. Anyway, quick sneak peek. This is just the thing I made up yesterday. It's a book card, so it looks like a book. Okay. You can actually open it and stand it up. So a lot of book cards, you can't do that. It's just made flat and you can't do it. This one, you can actually stand it up. These are great for people that are, excuse the paper because I just used a piece that, that I had. These are great because you can put a sentiment in, of course you can, but also if you've got a lot of people wanting to sign it, like work or something like that, it is really simple. Today, I think I'm just going to work on white because I think it's, I'll think about that. Let's start. Now, the other thing I've just noticed, and I don't know if you've noticed this, see this? This is, let me make sure I've only got one. That's basic white thick, and that's your basic white. Two different colours. Let me just check here because this is another packet. I'm just wondering if maybe I just got an off packet. Yeah, look at that. So I don't know where that basic white, I haven't bought any outside of Stampin' Up. So that one is totally a different colour. These two are there's still a slight difference, but yeah. Anyway, I might as well use that piece because you're not going to notice the difference. Not when I finish, but I just thought that really weird when I pulled them out last night. And I thought, my goodness, they're two different colours. So there we go. Check that I didn't put all that in there. Nope, I don't know what I did with the stuff from last night. Anyway, also, if we get a bit of time, I'm going to make the box. Excuse the state of this. It's a million years old, but this is how we make the box for this card. So what we're going to do, we start off with just a piece of basic white thick for our base. And we'll just fold that in half. I don't think I need that to do that. Keeping the corners together. So we are making a larger card, obviously. Make sure that's stayed. And do that. So that is the base of our card, as simple as that. There's no cutting or anything like that. So that's awesome. Then we get our piece of white. So like I said, I'm just going to do, well, a white and off-white, clearly, this morning, just for the sake of the card. So this one, our normal size is, whatever it is, 30 centimetre. No, well, yeah, nearly, it's 29.5 centimetres, really, by 21. Okay, so we want half, so we're going to go 21. We're going to do it that way, or we're going to do it the other way? Let's do the 15 first. So we're going to do 15, which is, and this will probably be a little bit big, by 21. It's not going to matter until we come to doing the middle. Okay, so that should pretty much sit, which it does, on the front of there. What we're going to do is on each end, and I think I did that at a quarter. Yep. So we are going to do some scoring on here. So we're going to do 1/4 of an inch on this end. Hi, Kim. How are you? Yeah, you keep the rest up, Mum. Glad to hear you're feeling a bit better. And then I'm also going to do 1/4 of an inch on this end. Now, in the middle, so this piece was 21. So half of 21 is 10.5. That's okay, Kim. That's fine. That's awesome. Okay. So what we're doing, so we got the 21. So 10.5, if we go at 10.5 centimetres, that's going to give us halfway. Easiest thing, make a little dot there. And then you can go either side of that with your scoring tool. So we're going to do a little dot here. No, yeah, did I do 1/4 of an inch? Yes, I did. So we're going to do a little dot there and a little dot there, which I think is our 1/4 inches, and that's where we're going to score. It just gives us a little piece down the middle. I think I used to do this all without any measurement, really. It gives us a middle. Okay, so we can rub those bits off when we're ready. I hear my chair squeaking. I thought my husband had fixed it. All right, so these, we're just going to bend them up a little bit. They're not going to do anything in particular, just hold it down at the ends. But it's good to have them. And actually, I've probably done these a bit less than the ones on the other side. And then these ones here, we're just going to bend like that. And the same again. Okay, so what we're going to have, actually those can go, oops, those can go the other way. Doesn't really matter because like I said, they're only going to stick down, but it gives it that little bit of oomph when we do. So this is going to sit on here, but we're not going to put it straight. We're going to take it in a little bit. The center sticks down, okay, and then this comes up like that and goes down that side, and the same the other side. However, if we want to decorate it, now is the time to decorate it, because otherwise it's more difficult to do it when it's got that little bit of a loop to it. I'll just take those marks off and we can decide what we want to do. And this is where yesterday I had all this stuff cut out to show you, to say to you, what do you think, this or this or this or this? And now I can't find any of it. So I'm using the white on here. I want to use, some of it could be in here, I suppose, is it? Oh, look at that. That's what I did with it. Aren't I clever? So we're just going to ignore these two end bits for the time being, and this here is the front of the card. So I was thinking we can either do something like, and I've just used these colors because it's what I had in my box. So we could use that like that and then do something in the middle. But what I did want to do, and again, ignore the color, was put something like that down the side. Then when I did that, I thought, well, maybe that's a little bit too fluffy sort of thing. So I took those off and I popped this one on, which is very similar to that top. I don't know if you can see it. I should have done it in a color, but I did it in white. So we can use that up there. I'm going to have to hold it up for you. So we can use that up there with whatever I was going to put down the side here. So I actually used to put lace in underneath here. Or we can have this one, which is even less fussy. We can pop that one in and have, this going down the side. You'll only see a part of it. Hi, Monique. How are you? Hi, Daphne. Good to see you. Hi, Tanya. Did I say hello to Tanya? No, I don't think I did. There we go. Or we can chop these. And when I say chop them, I'm just going to fold it for now so that you can see. But we can put those in just as corners. Right. Does anyone have any preference? I know I've given you a whole heap there to think about, but we could just use those as corners. Have a think, let me know, because that is what I'm going to put around the edges. Good to see you all this morning. All right. For the center, I'm just going to do some flowers. That's why I couldn't find them. Typical of me. Do something tidy for a change and you can't work it. Let me put, get a piece of coloured, small piece of coloured card. What have I got? Here, this will do. So you can see these. So we'll have one which is the big corners, all, the long ones. Let's do it this way. We'll have 1, 2, 3, or like I said, I'll cut these 4. And this will go down the side, but it won't be blue. So what do you think? How did you like that? So we've got 1, 2, 3, or 4. You have a think about it while I do the colouring. All right, so I want to do the big flower, so I'm going to do that. But I think what I'll do is pop it onto. Let me have a look. I'm thinking. I don't know if that'll work. So I've got to make sure I leave room. I'll get most of it in there. That would mean using the smaller ones of these if I did that with the arches. Or I could put it onto circles, squircles. So it would have to probably be the big one. Let me see how that's going to fit. It's only just, so it'd have to be the next one in. And how would that go? We'd still get most of that. Monique, you said 2. So this one here, you were first up. That saves me mucking around with that. Pop that over there. Beautiful. Okay, and I think, or 3, Marlene says 2 as well. I think I might just cut a circle out of that. I don't think I'll use these today. And I'll put that on there. All right. Will I cut a white circle and just colour the edges? That might work. Sorry, I'm just tidying up so that I can see what I'm doing. I'll go back over there. Yep, I think I'll just do a white circle for that. I love this. I love So what I could try and do is what I did yesterday, where I put the colours on and see if we can cut it out. But I'll just cut out the circle first. And if I don't like this afterwards, I won't use it. So that is the circle. Now, what I want to do with that, sorry, I've got thinking mode on. That's a bit of a worry. Where's my whites? Here we go. See if I can find a piece of white big enough. Take this. Now, I'm going to do what I did yesterday. So what we're going to do is we're going to have some pink flowers. We might go petunia pop, and we'll have some old olive and mossy meadow, I think. And I'm just going to put these colours down on here. I might put a little bit of peach pie down and use pretty pink, pretty in pink instead. So it's going to be a little bit awkward because we've got flowers, but then we've got leaves all around the outside. So I'm going to do, this is a little bit of fun, this is. Let's do pinks, orange and green. So let me So I've used the wrong one on there. I could have sworn that was going to be the pink. Okay, so a little bit of orange colour, not making it too bold. And then this one, which I've got to get that off of there now, is going to be pink. And we'll just put a bit of that in there as well. So you've got the two colours. And then around the edges, we're going to do the greens. So we've got, what I'm actually doing, just looking at the shape of the stamp and where everything is on it and how I can sort of work it in together. And we've got some more green around here. So we'll see how that goes. Pop a bit of Mossy Meadow in there. Don't want a lot. Just really to give a bit of dimension in the... All right. Let's see how we go. I'll stamp that in basic grey. Got plenty on there. Let's see where... That was like, that'll do. Put it down. Okay, we'll see what we've got when I cut that out. So you can see we've sort of got the yellow in here and then we've got the green around the outside. So, did we have, let's see. Is that it? That's not what I want, is it? Let's find the one I want. There it is. There it is. All right, I'll cut this. Would help if the fan wasn't blowing it. Stop. Right, that's better. Sorry, had to turn the fan off. So that's our colours that we've got. So for me, I'd like a bit more pink in there, so I'll do that. Just add a bit more pink in here. Like that. And then down the bottom here, I want a bit more green, as we seem to have a little bit of that. And just in here. I don't mind the pink overlapping it like that, but a little bit of the darker green. I think the colour from the flower going into the leaf actually looks quite good. There we go. What do we think? Hi, Leslie. How are you? Oops, I nearly sat down without a chair then. Okay, so that's what we're gonna have on one side. The other side will have the greeting, and I'm going to put a big greeting on because these really lend Let me make sure I haven't got anything on my hands before I pick that up. So this is going to go onto this and onto here. So I'm going to use the pink, and I'm just going to rub around the edge of here like so. I might even just do those three colours that I've used. Just gently put them in here as well around the edge so that it all blends in together. Has anybody seen Jay from Mitsusu, whatever? He did this heart thing. It was so cute. I mean, I'm not what do you call it? Valentine's Day fan or anything like that, but what he did was really cute. There we go. So just bringing those same colours into around the edge. Holly, good morning. If I've missed anyone, oh my goodness, we're going to have to buy a new dryer because ours doesn't fit on the wall. The one that is old. It's very old and it does make a lot of noise. But it still works. So we'll leave it outside. All right. I'm going to put this on here with this on top. Now, bearing in mind, we're going to have this top and bottom, and we're going to have the other one full length. So let me put that up there before I forget it. What colour do you think we should cut those in? So try and keep around these colours. So which one are we having? That one. And that one. So like I said, I would normally put lace down the edges, which will be this one. But this one at the top, which was that. I must have kept it out. But anyway, yeah. I'll just pop these away. Gives me a bit more space. Peach pie. I haven't got peach pie, Holly. Yes, doing the hearts this morning. No, not my thing either, but it is very, very clever, wasn't it? I haven't got peach pie. So I think we went through this the other day. I've only got, the closest I've got to peach pie, which isn't really close at all, is Timid Tiger. I'm going to order some peach pie. So what if I did, what's this one? That's Fresh Freesia. Don't need that. There's the pinks. Or I suppose I've got that, which is Lemon Lolly Twist, but I think it's too yellow. Either that or what these pinks have I got here? Pretty in pink I could do, which would sort of go with it. Or let's go to the greens. I don't think I want anything too dark, but what have I got there? No. I looked in my packs the other day when I did those colours. I could use the soft seafoam. That actually looks quite nice with it. I might do the soft seafoam just to keep it. Where's my greens? There. Yeah, so that's the soft seafoam. That goes quite well. I think the darker greens would be too much. That one's too bright. So I think it is going to be soft seafoam. All right. So I'm going to cut 4 of these. This one. And there's 2. So what do you think? I think that looks okay. Like that. Am I going to get another one out of there? Probably not. It's getting a bit cross with me now because I haven't poked any of the holes out. Gee, there's not really a lot to poke out in this one. Given up on that. Yeah, those hearts were so cute. Hi, Lisa. How are you? Oops. Don't watch the chat, Lorraine. Watch what you're doing. Right, so that's those 4. And then I'm just going to do 2 of these long ones, and they're getting done in white. So that's simple. What you can do if you really wanted to is before you actually did that, you could cut it out down there so that it gave you a cut edge. But it's all right for me to think of it now, isn't it? Let me cut that one. So you could use ribbon down the sides, like if we had a fancy one, like when we had the really wide gold mesh, which was one of my favorites. That would have worked down the sides. There's that one. And this one. Right. Don't look at that side. Oh. Hang on, I might have to do another one. No, I'm right. All right, so this is what we've got. So this is the tricky little bits now. So I'll get my mat out and my glue and my dauber. And I'll start to put these on. So I want to put them between where I've done the scoring. So I'm just going to pop some glue randomly on here. And I might have to get my tweezers, I think. And I'm just going to pop that. Actually, before I do that, let me put that up there that way. Let me take this one because I want it to go slightly underneath. Tweezers. So I'm going to pop this one down. Let's move that out the way. This one is going to go just over the edge of the card. Just over. So now I can pop this one down and it will, let me move that before I wreck it. It will sit sort of over the top. So it's within the lines. Stick down, please. There we go. So we get that. This one's been playing in the glue. It's the trouble having to have the fan on. It dries everything out so quick. Except me. It doesn't dry me out. Okay. Pick that up. And I'm going to pop that down. There, like that. Now, if I don't get a chance to make the box to show you today, I will make one up and show you tomorrow. But they're very simple. They're very basic. But I'll definitely give you the measurements for them. So just a top and a bottom. And if you wanted the top to be see-through, you just cut a square out and pop acetate inside. And that way then you've got a see-through box. I used to do a lot of these ones for weddings, and I've just done that again. I think I said yesterday. And I was lucky at the time. I had a friend that used to do calligraphy, and I would ask him to put the names or the initials in, which was really good. Okay, so we're just going to pop this down that side again. And the ends will be covered up, of course. That's that bit. Oh, what did I get on? Oh, that's all right. Whatever it was, it's not. And then this one's going to sit over here. Clearly I didn't put it as far over. Now this side I'm just going to put a big greeting. So that's my husband's just come back. he's done his he pops down to the refuge and takes all the bottles and cans that they have down there, that they accumulate from donations and what have you. And he takes them in so that they get the money for the bottles and cans. This one is quite sticky on both sides. So I'm just going to pop it down like that. There we go. There. So that gives us our edges. And I'm just going to wipe the desk off because it's a bit yucky. I probably should have had 2 mats up for that amount of glue. Okay, so we have that. Now we're going to have this. This one's going to go this side. So I'm going to pop the top bit up with dimensionals, which I found straight after I'd finished yesterday, after starting another packet. That out the way. Where's my take the pick tool? There it is. So I'm going to put plenty on here. I'm not going to add anything else to it. So take these tops off. If I haven't said hello to anybody, please excuse me. All right, so I've just got that on there like that, and I'm going to put that on this side. Now you can see I can lay that flat, which is good, but it's going to bend in a minute, so pop some glue on there. Which way will I have it? Maybe that way. Get it in the middle there, like that. I'm going to give that a little bit of time to dry, and I'm going to put a thingy what's it whoosy. See, I could use something like Happy Anniversary, but I wanted something quite large on there. And I know where I'm heading with this because I always do when I want a large one. I could have done that, but I won't. All right. Here we go. So this is the Autumn Expressions. It's no longer available, and I do apologize for that, but I'm going to use Have a Perfectly Lovely Day. I just love these big stamps. So I'm going to, I think I might do another circle the same size as that. Colour it similarly. Move that out of the way. Let's use those colours again. You know what? I'm going to order peach pie cardstock, and then you wait and see. I won't do anything that needs that colour. Always the way. But that's twice now. I could have used it and didn't have it. So a little bit of the pink just around the edge, the same as the last one. Some of the peach pie. Not too worried about the middle because we've got the stamp going over that. And then the green, oh, then we got the green. Might be getting a bit dry, that green. I do use it a lot though. There we go, that gives a similar colouring to the other one. And I'm just going to get the basic grey again. And there are some really nice new stamps coming that are quite large, which I'm very happy about. Pop that down. So we've got and have a perfectly lovely day on that side. Hi Glenda, how are you? Just going to pop that down there, make sure it is straight. All right, that's all that. Now we're going to do some fun bits. So I want the double-sided tape or tear-in tape. It is a perfect scent. I love that sentiment. I wish they had never gone, but they have, and there's nothing I can do about it. But you know what? I like it, so I'm going to use it. Now, I'm just sticking tear-in tape down that edge. I'm going to do it down the center. Oh, I just remembered something. Hang on. What have I got? Maybe just, I don't even know what's current in this because I don't use very many. Well, I'm just getting some ribbon. If you could see my desk, you probably can see most of it. I can use that, or I could use, what else could I use? Not really sure. I think that'll be too bright. Oh, it might work. So I've got this one, which I think will work. Or there's the Timid Tiger, which would also work. So we can say Timid Tiger or natural, and because I've got to put one of those on now. Let's see if this will work for me today. It wouldn't work for me last night. I just want to put a bit of that down there. Thanks, Marlene. So what do we think? Do we think the Timid Tiger or the natural? Tell me what you think. First one up gets it. Don't be shy, ladies and gents. I haven't seen if Daryl's on today, actually. Looks like yours. All right, well, I'm just going to go with the natural one if we're not really sure. So I'll just put that on, and then I'm going to put the tear natural. There you go. Look at you all. Oh, dear. And then I'm just going to pop this straight down the middle. Now my tear and tape has decided to split, but that's okay. All right, let's get the base, which we have here, and we will start to put it all together. So what I like to do first is put the seam or the spine or whatever down. So I just basically eyeball that. You can see like when you put it on, that still needs to go in the middle, even though we're going to push up the sides. Okay, so we've got that down. Now what we're going to do is take off this side, and I'm just going to ease that up a tiny bit and take it a wee bit off of the edge. Not much. If you make it, you can do it deeper if you want to, but you don't have to. And then we're going to do exactly the same this side. Take that edge off, bring it up slightly. Approximately the same as you've had the other side, keeping it as straight as you can and sticking it down. That bit's still a bit sticky there. Then you have, well, for a minute there, you can imagine what I thought. So then you can do a little bit of surgery on that so that you get, so there's your book with your bookmark. You can, sometimes I would pin that down at the front a little bit. You can do that. It does actually help to pop it down just a tad. Saves it wavering around. Oh, told you that it's separated. Pop it on there. It's like using glue dots now. And bring that over. Okay. So that stick these down because I've got them, they're still wandering around a bit, but they'll stick. Okay, so there's the card. So when you open it, this is what you see. This is what you have. You still have space in here to put another greeting or to write on, but it stands up, it doesn't fall over, and it looks like an open book when you've got it done. Now, I'm not going to do the base. However, if anybody wants to jot down, I can show you how it's done, but I'm not going to stick this, obviously. So this is the top, and the top is 11 inches by 8 3/4 inches. and then we go 1¼ inches all the way around. I'm thinking I might cut these. I didn't back in the day, but then all you do is you lift up. These fold in, you lift it up. That folds in, and you lift it up, and you stick these down. Okay, so you can see how that is going to make the top of your box. Exactly the same for the bottom. It's 8.5 by 11. Okay, so it's that little bit smaller because this has to go over the top of it. And again, you go in 1¼ all the way around, and you can actually cut those corners off. But like I said, you just bring it up, bring the two up. Those corners will fold because you do that. Once they're together, I always used to use pegs. You just stick them together like that, and that makes your box. It's really simple, and you can, and excuse it because it has been around a bit and it's been well used. But yeah, so your top is 11 by 8¾ Your bottom is 11 by 8.5. Your side pieces are 8¼ 1¼ okay, and then you can do what you like with those. You can either cut them off and have smaller ones, or you can do exactly that and just have them. That's how it looks on the inside, so it's not obtrusive at all. Okay, all right, so let me bring everything back down. Let me go back up to the other camera. There we go. Beautiful. So that's our card for today. I hope you liked it. I've always had a lot of fun making these. It is a little bit different using the cutouts where I would normally use lace and what have you, but it worked just as well. You can see why we decorated before we bent it, because if you try sticking that onto a bent bit, you inevitably get creases here and here, which is what you don't want. If you were just going to give the card, you probably wouldn't need the box. And like I was saying, that's the bottom. This is the top. If you decided that you wanted a see-through top, you just cut a piece out of here. We could use the textured notes and cut a piece out of there. Put a piece of acetate behind it, and Bob's your uncle. What's for the card, Lisa? Sorry. Yep, I'll pop over to you soon, Suzanne. Not a problem. Thanks, Tanya. Thanks, Daphne. I'm pleased you like it. I mean, you're not going to fit it in an envelope, are you? It's just not going to work. So, yeah. And you can decorate it as much or as little as you like. So, yeah. Alrighty, well, that's me for today. I will see you all again tomorrow morning. Thanks, Sue. Yeah, I'll see you all tomorrow morning, same time. I think that one is showing as scheduled. I thought I was getting ahead of myself, and I was going to, have the whole week's done. And then when Suzanne said nobody could find me yesterday, I was like, oh no. So I'm just going to do it as I was doing it and just do a little bit at a time. So bye for now, and I will see you all in the morning. Please take care of you and yours, and be careful on the roads. And I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you so much for joining me. Bye.